Yeah.
All right.
Okay, we're going to move over a bit.
Yeah.
You got it? I don't want us to go too much. Okay. Are we live already?
Yeah, just put it on.
Okay.
It
Where?
on.
Right here?
Yeah, it's
Tap here?
It's already on.
Hello.
Wait.
People on?
Not yet.
Okay.
Oh, Nancy. Hi, Nancy.
Nancy, always
Welcome.
the first to come on.
Yes.
Thank you.
Let me get my ringer off. Yes. Okay.
All right.
All right. Let's do this,
Hello,
Phillia.
hello. Welcome to Motivational Monday.
Yeah. Welcome to Motivational Monday, guys, where each one teach one. Thank you again for locking in and giving us that support that we need.
We all
right?
need it, yes.
And you know, as the saying go, we all need a little push.
Yes.
We all need some affirmations, to go out about our daily lives,
Absolutely.
So I'm just going to read something here.
Mm-hmm.
God is able to take away our anxiety and replace it with his peace. Yes, we get the worst news sometimes, but in spite of all that is going on, read Philippians 4-6 today. Trust in the Lord and lean not to your own understanding. Right?
That's
Florida
beautiful.
in the house, Anthony. Welcome, welcome.
Yes.
Phillia,
Yes.
how was Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving was absolutely wonderful for me. One thing I've always mentioned is that I'm not necessarily a planner, I'm a doer.
Right.
So up until, I would say, a couple of days before, I wasn't sure if I was going to cook. And then, those last minute people that always show up at Walmart and they're getting the last of the last.
Yes, that's you.
That's me.
Oh,
And it's like,
man.
hey, excuse me, you have any collard greens? No, sorry, ran out. Like, damn, I gotta find an alternate, or go to those 24-hour stands on Liberty Avenue in Queens. So that's what I did, and eventually I got all the things, and it turned out to be fabulous. My cousin Nana was there with her family.
Right.
I had maybe 14, 15 people for
good.
a last-minute thing.
Oh, yeah,
that was quite successful.
Yeah, very successful.
Yes, and we had vegan food, we had
Nice.
African, and we had traditional Thanksgiving. So it was really nice.
That was nice.
And yours?
Mine was great.
Yeah.
I was in Atlanta with my son. Our first Thanksgiving together.
Oh, sweet.
With my niece and her family. So it was really nice.
Very nice, very nice.
Talene, thank you for locking in. So we just want to say happy birthday if you're celebrating a birthday this week or weekend past.
Right.
Happy birthday. May God bless you to see many, many more.
Yes.
I just want to mention one thing. I read today that in Trinidad they had a daughter murdered her mother.
Oh.
And she stabbed her mother 70 times.
7-0.
Yes. And I want to just touch on PTSD and to let people know that it's real.
It is real.
And sometimes people may look normal, but we never know what they're going through.
Right.
I mean, it's sad that we lose a sister,
Yes.
and she lose a mother,
Right.
but mental health
Is a real issue.
Yes,
And
so
needs to be dealt
and she
with.
was an ex-army personnel
Aw.
too. So our prayers go out to the family,
Yes.
and
It's a
guys,
loss for both ways,
Yes.
not just the mother, but
Yes.
also the child. Because she now has to live with that regret for the rest of her life.
in
So-
prison,
in
or-
prison, yes, or
Okay.
a mental institution. So
Yes. So the word of the week.
Word of the week is abdiate. Abdiate. Yes.
abdiate.
Abdiate. Ooh, sounds like abdominal. So it must be something in the middle. But let's see.
Yeah.
Is to renounce or relinquish a position of usually sovereign power. It can also mean to cast off and discard.
Yes.
So I want to abdiate all of the crappy people in my life.
Right? Good night, Abigail. Night. Yes.
Okay.
So, so guys, we want to give you a little health tip tonight. It's always good, our little health segment. We have to give you guys a little health segment. So today we just want to touch on our topic, the 3 pillars of mental health for young adults. And what we mean by the 3 pillars, the first pillar, sleep quality. The research team led by Sean Wickham was the most important of 3 pillars of mental health. Sleep quality in young adults was assessed by surveying the participants about how refreshed they feel after waking up. So how much sleep do a young adult need? As long as the quality of sleep, anywhere between 8 to 12 hours, is beneficial to the research showed. To get better quality sleep, young adults can try following. Go to bed and get up at the same time each day, including weekends. Keep your room dark and cool. Stop using devices 30 minutes before bedtime. Avoid drinking coffee in the afternoon. Establish a relaxing bedtime routine. You want to read the second one?
Well, before I read the second one, I just want to point out those things about sleep. So, what happens as adults, we tend to feel like sometimes 4 to 6 is okay,
Right.
but it's not, because you still become sleep deprived, and sleep deprivation
Yes.
also causes weight gain.
Yes.
Because you're building cortisone in your midsection, ladies, men too.
Yes.
And also, sleep always has to catch up with itself, and eventually it's going to catch you, and you're going to have to end up paying it back. So
Exactly.
it's really important. And like something I do ocean sounds or rain sounds. Okay. And that's how we end up doing it. Right. So yeah, same time every day, and trying to get, between what they said, 6 to 8, correct, is great for the adults. So our second pillar is the results confirmed is exercise. Exercise is really important for young adults. It promotes well-being by releasing endorphins, reducing cortisol, which we just talked about, and which is the stress hormone, and building self-esteem. To establish an exercise routine is to find an accountability partner to keep you on track. Right. Exercise while listening to a good podcast, right. Ours.
Yes.
Do 5 or 10 minutes of physical activity several times throughout the day.
Right.
And find an activity you really enjoy doing.
Right.
Right. So that's really important.
And the last pillar is health diet.
Yes.
Right? And a survey asked participants how much of the following they consume weekly: raw fruits, raw vegetables, processed foods or vegetables, cooked, frozen or canned, fast food, sweets and soda. Right? How young adults can eat more raw fruits and veggies instead of chips. Snack on grapes and cut up carrots. Dip veggie in hummus or peanut butter. Add raw veggies to cooked grains or pasta. Make fruit or vegetable smoothies. All right?
Very good.
So that is our health tip for this week, guys. And just, keep eating healthy, being safe, and your mental health is important.
And more sleep.
And more sleep.
Yes.
Right? So we're going to talk a little bit about
our topic
right
for today is the relationships, or female relationships or friendships.
Right.
And why do our females put against competing with other females?
Yes.
While men tend to have more of comrades or camaraderie. Men are usually more happy for each other. They give each other a pound and they move on. And females, you already know our lives.
Yes.
As cover girls.
Yes.
Why do we always feel like we need to compete with each other? So,
yes.
This is the topic for today. And we would like to see your comments.
Yes, please. So we're going to start with why women compete with other women. Right? For over 10 years, I've run successful coaching business for 100. Right? Women with standing businesses, writing their books and designing better work-life strategies. The one experience commonly shared by my clients as they have endured to accomplish their goals is dealing with women who, instead of supporting their success, compete with to sabotage them, right? You may have struggled with the same situation and have trouble understanding why this has happened to you in your past. Women often feel justified competing with other women for many reasons. Here are some of the most prevalent reason: insecurity.
Yes,
you want to touch on that one?
Insecurity. So this is a thing, right? We tend to call people who are insecure, you say, oh, they have bad blood, You know, they're not thinking good for you. In my language, they say bad belle, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and then just jealous. You're a hater, you know. Let's just call it for what it is.
Yeah.
But the problem is because when people see you doing well, you're traveling, you have your money, you're dressing a certain kind of way, you have a man that's distinguished or a partner, or your house is nice or you dress nicely, instead of people being happy for you, they start to look at themselves and compare you to their lives, and eventually they start to feel insecure about the things that they have. Now, of course, it's healthy competition to use someone as a platform so that you can judge yourself and say, oh, maybe I should work harder at this. Or, you know, you see someone maybe nice and toned, they working out. You're like, you know what? That's a nice goal I would like to reach.
Right.
Instead of being, hey, how did you do that,
Right.
girl? You look good.
Yes.
Your stomach is nice, blah, blah,
Yes.
blah. You losing weight, I can see. Not, oh, she think who she thinks she is.
Yes.
She think because she lost a little weight. You know, she all this and she all that. Like, we don't have to be that way. So insecurity is definitely a number one factor of competition.
Yes.
And healthy competition is good, but if you're putting someone down,
no good.
no good.
I just want to touch on Anthony comment was a 10-year-old old kid killed his mom over a video game, then took her credit card and ordered the game.
Hey.
This happened here in the U.S.
Yes.
All
Anthony.
right.
Thank you for bringing that up.
So yes, that is important. Also, our hearts and prayers go out to this young 7-year-old that the FedEx driver took her away and killed her. Wow. We got to be more vigilant with our children, guys. Good night, Shawnette. Good night, Arlene. And Nicole is saying, that's me. I go to bed 1 to 2 a.m. and still wake up early. Yes. So yeah, we were talking about sleep deprived and different things like that. So I just wanted to make those pointers out. So yes, coming back to insecurity. Good night, Jason. I think it all has to do with your upbringing too. For instance, our mother gave us foundation. And our foundation is not to compete with other women. You know, it was basis on your self-evaluation in the sense of building yourself, and that sense of, you know, what you see people have, don't envy them.
Because you don't
understand, because you don't know what they're doing to get it.
Yeah.
So for me, in my instance, that was never part of me to compete with other women. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I think your foundation
is key.
Is key.
I agree.
Especially, and having that parent figure to give you that self-esteem,
and self-esteem,
because that's how insecurity plays a part here.
I agree. I like what you said in building that foundation, because I teach my kids the same thing. It's like, don't envy what others have. You don't know, how they got it. You don't know if they steal. You know, you steal, you kill, you whatever. You know, they work hard. Either way, everyone has their own journey. Be happy for someone, because it's a blessing, and God will bless you in the same manner. So when I see good things happen to good people, I am genuinely happy. I don't sit there saying, wow, I wish that was me. No, it's like my time. It gives me courage that one day will be my own, and that's a beautiful thing, because that's where your faith grows. So I actually am very happy when people are doing well. And sometimes, you know, you meet somebody, they're doing well, and you're like, hey, how did you do that? I don't want to take it from you. I just want to know, like, you know, like, share the information. I'm so happy for you. God bless. And then it's almost like each one teach one. Same thing. You know, so being insecure is definitely a key to competition.
And Nicole is saying here, I'm not a hater. I'm happy for anyone who's doing well.
Yes, Nicole, I agree with you.
And I just want to point out tonight, Phillia, when my girlfriend Keisha, she has a line of t-shirt, Level Up. So when I told Phillia, I said, you know, Keisha has a line of t-shirt, Level Up. She said, I have a t-shirt, Level Up
it
too.
was, I think, trust the process.
Trust the process.
Yes,
Trust the process.
Right.
Because her company is Level Up Connection. Meaning she wants everybody to level up. Right?
I got it. 100%.
And then not knowing,
I went to this pop-up shop and purchased a t-shirt from her years ago.
Yes.
And my cousin is the one that invited me. So I mentioned that Phyllis mentioned her T-shirt, and I took a picture of it and sent it. I'll actually put it in the chat for the ladies who are in the chat.
Yeah.
And she read, oh my God, how, this world is so small. Like, this is years ago she printed this T-shirt, and I purchased it. And I told her the event. She pulled up the picture within seconds and sent me a picture of myself with my cousin.
Yes.
And it was just such a beautiful thing. And now today I asked her, how does she do her online business?
Right.
And she shared the information and gave me priceless information that I would probably have to pay thousands for her time.
Yes.
And she was just so, I was just so blessed and honored that Keisha was able to just each one teach one, you know, and here I was supporting her and how she's now turned around and now supporting me. And I think it's just a beautiful process, just the way God works.
And that's a perfect example of not being insecure.
Yes.
And you didn't know I know Keisha. You had no connection.
I didn't know she knew my, that she knows my cousin. Then we end up being invited to the Friendsgiving.
Yeah.
I went to her lovely home.
Yeah.
And here we started to know the information. So had I
you never known lives could
Right.
touch. Look at how your life would touch back then.
6 degrees of separation.
Yes.
We're all connected in some form or fashion. And I think that also, suppose I went to that event and talked badly about Keisha. Now I'm up in her house eating her food and not even knowing it.
Exactly.
So
you never
burn
know.
bridges. You never do.
Yes. Number 2,
Yes.
a belief that life isn't abundant. All right. There's so many opportunities that await us all each day, but when we compete with others, we believe that essentially only a subset of those opportunities are available to us.
Right.
Big minds see the pasture and small minds see the plot of grass. If this is you, get out of that get that out of your head and know that opportunities are only available as your ability to be grateful. The state of thankfulness actually fulfill you and remove the builders that inhabit you. When scarcity is your filter, it means that you believe life is either feast or famine instead of buffet that awaits you.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, amen. It's really funny because it's that idea of a fixed mindset or growth mindset. The growth mindset sees the pastures. They don't just see this little grassland in front of you. It's like looking beyond that. So I think it's really important for us to change that and renew our minds. If you are a person who is like a hater, and you may not want to admit it, but everyone knows who you know who you are.
You know who
and
you
if
are.
you feel a little envious of your peers, maybe you need to check yourself.
Yes.
So
Yes. I think so.
Yeah,
Abigail is saying I agree with that, Phyllis. It have a lot to do with your upbringing.
Yes.
Brooklyn in the house, Betty, and I think so. I think that we as women should not become doing competition. I think we should be here to uplift each other.
Elevate each other.
2023 is coming, and this is a good time to do
to
it.
start to do that. Yes.
Number 3, belief that is possible to dominate others.
Yeah.
According to the Oxford dictionaries, the definition of domination is the exercise of control or influence over someone or something, or the state of being so controlled. Women are particularly guilty of this mindset in business. Women often believe in order to move forward, we have to conquer others, when in reality, we are conquering ourselves. Success isn't the domination of others. It is self-mastery in order to create a system of consistent success. The truth is the only person you can control is you. A mindset that tells you otherwise is faulty and based a small reality. Yes, you can create success and believe that you are winning, but know that one person isn't a nation.
Yes, no man is an island.
Yes.
We all need each other.
Yes.
And this idea of stepping on others to get ahead, it's about helping others. That's how you get ahead, right?
Yes.
Because you just don't know somebody who, even if you're a boss over somebody, that doesn't mean that person doesn't know more than you. It just means that that person didn't take those same measures that you did to get to where you have to go. But you still can learn. It's like when I used to teach, my paras who were the assistants in the classroom, or paraprofessionals, a lot of them were more experienced than teachers who knew more information.
Right.
So I would not teach them that they were substandard.
Right.
It's like I would respect them in the same manner that you are equally a teacher. It doesn't matter what your position is. Your experience and your time is just equivalent.
Yes.
And because of that, when the students see that, they also treat them not less than, because that's what happens. Other teachers say, oh, that's my parent. You can go make copies.
Yes.
Go get that book over there. You don't treat them like that. You treat them as equals. So
I think so too. And I think too, again, coming back to your foundation, coming back to how you was brought up. Like my mother, were taking neighborhood children in our home. And, that falls within us too. Some of the siblings are just like that. I mean, and our house was always a house where we weren't allowed to go and play with other kids because my mother would say, you have plenty brothers and sisters. So why you have to go and play with others? And we wasn't allowed to go by the neighbor. My father provided food, clothing, and shelter for us. So our house was always a house of that refuge, and within that now, that is how we grow. You understand? So that's what I'm saying. I think it goes back to foundation.
Yes. They say charity begins at home.
And I was telling one of my co-workers, even with Christ, with children, most of the kids these days lost because parents not taking the step to take them to church, to take them to Sunday school so they could learn something.
I agree.
It's like I asked a friend of mine, I say, she was like, well, I ain't going to church. I say, but my kid gotta go. I say, okay, how your kid going? How you want this child to learn something if you don't want to take that example?
Or take them at least,
So, it's different ways and means that children, again, the foundation, coming back to it, right? Juanita is saying we must uplift each other.
Yes.
Nancy saying give children self-esteem.
Yes,
I think so. I think
important.
Again, it comes back to do. Nancy saying I led a team of 250 employees in leadership. You have no bias, otherwise it will come back and bite you. However, along with having issues with certain colors, I had the same pressure from some minorities group. Share your knowledge, uplift others. You never know what you would need a person. And I think that is so right because, Nancy, the environment that I work in, customer service, we meet all types of people. And we have to treat each and everybody equal. When the cleaner come, we have Taco Tuesday, we put aside her stuff. She's no different. You understand? And no job I look down to. Because I think God made doctors, lawyers, nurses, teachers, everything. Everybody have a purpose. So we have to just respect people and that boundary. And the foundation.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. That's really a good point.
Yes.
Very good point.
So need to prove to herself that she's okay. When you don't feel good enough, we tend to need external indicators to tell us that we are acceptable. When we experience personal growth and work on how we think, when we understand that we are good enough because internally we are at peace with ourselves, no peace, no joy.
That's beautiful.
Okay.
Yes. Comment on that.
I'm going to comment on this. I had a friend of mine call me, a good friend, sister talk, and my friend is lonely. Yeah. And she has a friend who she talks to. So this friend gave her a sense of reassurance. Because when you're lonely and you have that void, let's say I talking to Juan, he makes me feel good. But in the back of your mind, that is not good. You understand? Or the situation, or for whatever reason it might be. But to fill that void, you want a self of reassurance from somebody else. Because you're down. And you have an emptiness inside of you. So to fill that void, you start to talk. And the talking going good. And then now you're falling for this person now because the talk going good. Right? And that is how situations arise. You understand?
I agree.
And it is the situation where he might be married, you might be married. You understand? And then you get involved now because of that void.
Exactly.
He's filling that void, that emptiness inside of you. You understand? And my advice to her was, you have to find yourself. Love yourself more. Don't look for it in nobody.
Correct. Right.
You gotta love yourself. Right? You come first at the end of the day.
Right.
And just stay away from that bad juju.
Right.
Because that is disaster.
It is.
It is a disaster waiting to happen. And then at the end of the day, you would not be happy and contented. It will be regrets.
Because you don't win the man
coulda, shoulda. I should have never taken it there. But at the time, that void
is what needed to be fulfilled at that
so
moment. So
you need to prove to yourself that it's okay to be alone.
Yes.
It is okay to walk alone. It's okay to cry. It's okay. Just a pat on the shoulder, Phillia. It's okay. Let it out. You understand what I'm saying? Because you never know what people are going through.
100%.
So this is not only about women. It's about our journey.
Just our journey in general, right? Because everything is not a destination. It's about our journey. We all have different paths in getting there. So
yes.
This is really good.
Number 5. An unhealthy need to be accepted by others.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
A like today is easily acquired and means nothing unless you actually like yourself. Lord Jesus, hallelujah. God, this is a testament. We live busy and out loud so that when we don't have to deal with the true state of our hearts, it is so much easier to let the voice of the crowd or a group guide you and validate that little girl who hasn't yet learned to say, I like me. And yes, that indicates my lips, my thighs, my belly, my education, my upbringing was enough, etc. I teach my daughter that first, like that matters. That you like the little girl you see in the mirror. When that happens, she and you and I will be free to live a life that honors your true self.
Amen. That really hits home with that one. You know, like that's why you said it begins at home. When you start to teach children, they're seeds. They grow. You put water, you put sunlight. It's the same thing, right? You put bad things, you get a bad product, right?
Right.
So it's really important to instill these good things inside, because then when they become adults, they're great adults as well. They don't have to go through those struggles to be able to find themselves. So I love this.
Yes, this, and you know, and I say, you know, tell, you know, have compassion, grace. You know, for competitive women come from understanding and motivates them. It doesn't make the behavior acceptable, but understanding move us to respond in ways that is positive for our own health and success. Dealing with competitive women is just one of the many issues which I help my clients, this is the person who's talking, working through during my life and business coaching session. Business isn't just marketing and financial strategies. It's about relationship, understanding ourselves and others. It's building up blocks upon which we can create a life and business that we both will prosper and be profitable and be fulfilling.
Wow.
You understand?
I think that's really, really key, because it's important about the relationships that you build, because those are relationships that cause you to either be prosperous or to be resentful, and being resentful is the one that causes all of the these competitions, unhealthy competitions that you have. So I think this is really fair. But one thing that we notice is that the reason why we want to talk about this is because as women, we want to uplift each other, help each other, show that that's what this woman power is all about, right? You don't want to feel like you're complacent and you're marginalized in society and you're supposed to just be home and only take care of children. And even if that's what you do, that's still even uplifting, because that is a hard job to be a housewife. People think that it's a diminishing job. No. It is more difficult being at home than actually going to a 9 to 5 or 8 to 4 or whatever the case might be, because you are consistently cleaning. It's not like you're saying, oh, I'm going to clean from 8 to 12. No, you're doing it as you're going along. You're picking up kids. You're taking them. So that's really a difficult job. But uplifting each other, empowering each other, saying that, hey, it doesn't matter. We all have the same struggles. Right. That is a way that we stop that competition.
Yes.
You know, sometimes somebody walks in the room and you're good as soon as they leave. Girl, you see the way she...
Yes.
You know, it's like, why must we talk about...
Better Betty.
It's like, yes, but better. You know, same thing. Why must we talk about each other? Why can't it be... And I'm not saying men don't do it, but usually a man leaves, they continue to talk about whatever they worry. They're not even bothered with the person that came in or not. It's not. Like they're the same even keel.
Yeah.
So if we can start to develop that as women, we'll be better too. Because they call that cattiness. It's so catty to, you know, like petty Betty. You know, they just kind of do it. It's not cool. It's not cool. We have to get better than that.
I think so.
I'm happy that I'm not a person that talks about others. So I don't fall in that category. But I could be very close to somebody who falls in that category. Yes. So what do you do in that case? Do you tell them, "No, don't talk about her"? Or...
I think I'll tell them. Because you know what I'll say? Take the moth out of your eye before you can take it out of mine. And you know what? The moth out of your eye, the more you clean it, the more it come out. Right. So I would say that. Because I don't like that either. Right. I don't like bringing down people. And I am a person, I keep it real. My friends know me. I keep it 100. My co-workers know me. I keep it 100. I think that, you know, we need to uplift each other more, especially us.
Right.
Especially
of course.
Us. You understand?
Mm-hmm. All right. So it says, at first glance, it may seem like men are more prone to competition than women, but they can be more risk tolerant and use more physical aggression towards each other.
Right.
So their friendships are by and large transactional, and their conflicts are typically straightforward and direct. Right. So men will directly, if they got a problem with you, it's like, yo, you got a problem with me? Like, they don't do that.
Abigail is saying I keep it 100. Abigail, you know I keep it 101.
That's the way the males do it. They don't do that talking about you behind your back. They go like this. Yo, you got a problem with me? Let's take this outside. Like this. And we're not saying that you must be violent.
No.
But we are saying that is still a direct approach. So it says women, on the other hand, often experience emotional depth and complexity, because we so extra, in both friendship and competition.
Right.
So if they seem less competitive than men, it's because they sometimes enact their rivalry drive in more covert and clandestine ways. That means everything is sneaky. There's always a hidden agenda, and they're not straightforward. Right. That's all that means. Right?
And you know, it have some of the people too. They'll only use you for when they want you.
Correct.
You know, they will only call you when you see a
phone
ring.
Where's the party? Where's the next
you
party?
know. What, I'll be like, what is person want? Because
you know it's not
they
genuine.
don't. You're not calling to say hi. How are you doing? How was your day today?
Right.
You know, everything okay? No. Yeah.
Right. Or they're calling you to gossip.
Yes.
So if you want the tea, you already know who to go to, right? So it says sex and gender exist on a spectrum. We use the terms women and men throughout this article to reflect the terms assigned at birth, but your gender identity may not be aligned with the behaviors listed below. Right. So what they're mentioning is, we'll see, it says signs of female competition. So gossiping.
Right.
Negativity.
Yes.
Sabotaging.
Yes.
Gaslighting. Hey, you're lighting the fire, you're lighting the gas. Yes. It's like, yes, and she said this, and she said that.
But she will never say what she said. You understand?
Yeah.
And I just always say, Phillia, all those who bring in news, carrying back.
They carry back. Yes, absolutely. Nosiness.
Yes.
Boasting. Oh yeah, my man bought me the Louis Vuitton and the Prada and this and the thing fake. Okay. Mimicking. So they want to mimic. Now they always say mimicking is almost like flattery, but sometimes it gets a little disgusting. So you gotta, draw the line with that one. Downplaying your successes, right? So it's like,
I have my MBA
right, and whatever
sociology,
right,
and you think you're all this, that, and you can't even spell sociology. Okay, go ahead. Let's
discrediting you in front of others. So these are signs of female competition, right?
Right.
So it says the goal of these behaviors would be to reposition you further down in the social ranks, so you're less able to secure the assets that your rival wants. And all that means is that in the social platforms, all you're trying to do is put that person in a position where you can have leverage above them. Right. that's that competition thing. Instead of just uplifting them, saying, "Girl,
you look good today.
Yeah, you look great.
Nice lipstick. Right. Your eyebrows is so beautiful.
I mean? Your lips are popping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You look like great.
That's all. That's all, and it's okay. And
some women can't do that.
They can't. No. They can't. So healthy competition would be inspiring, self-improvement, health-conscious cubicle neighbors. Workplace rivalries may have other upsides. They can make you more productive and engage in your work and inspire you to enroll in additional coursework that could boost your self-esteem, your resume, and qualify you in a role for your company.
Yes.
In terms of friendships, you aren't immune to competition. Maybe there's an outspoken member of your group who routinely sets the tone for your social events. She might simply be an extrovert, or she might be competitive. Either way, you take advantage of I would say the person's resources and use them. Don't look at it like, because this person's like this, I'm not. Everyone has their own uniqueness. Everyone
it's like when I told you, I said Keisha is very resourceful.
You did say that.
I say she has a lot of knowledge and she can help you.
Absolutely.
For 2023, you're going to do what you have to do.
And a week later, here we are.
Yes.
So, and look at that. Phyllis could have easily been like, "Oh, I don't want Phillia to this. I'm not going to give her. I'm going to keep that information to myself."
I'm not I'm not that kind of girl.
Like what?
I'm the kind of friend who like to share things. If I know something, I always share it with others.
So
and some people not like that,
Right. They want
even if you want to make a dish, you ask them, "Oh, I love that rasta pasta.
How did you make it? Oh, it's a secret recipe from my great grandmother." Just stop keeping the information. Information is meant to share.
Share, I think so.
What's the problem?
Yeah.
Unless the CIA told you not to. Other than that, share.
Some people
sharing
just
is caring. Right? So, but anyway, these were things that we thought were really important. Let me see, to mention. Okay, I think that's it on the recapping. So women sometimes seem less competitive than men because they're often not as direct in their efforts. So instead, they may engage in passive aggressiveness. Right. Yes. So the passive aggressiveness is one way that you sometimes show this unhealthy competition. It's like you say something to someone, and instead of you directly telling them what the issue is, you do like what they call a low blow.
Yes.
Kind of, information or message. Those are all things that actually can diminish our character. So it's really, really, really important to either just be straightforward or uplift each other. But don't do the opposite.
No. Colleen is saying another behavioral pattern is, I don't like, it's a person who like to show off. It turns off. I prefer humility in a person.
Right, humbleness. I agree. They mentioned that, the boastfulness, like someone who boasts about everything, all their accomplishments.
What they have, what they didn't have.
What their degrees are, the kind of cars they drive, how much is in their bank account, their savings. It's like, Lord have mercy. Like,
too much information.
We don't care about all that stuff. And then people start to either resent you or they get jealousy. There's no reason for the boasting. Like, God blessed you. Keep that to yourself.
Yeah, and not that too, I mean, nobody cares anyway. Because if you die today, tomorrow you're not going
not even
anything.
Taking it anyway, right?
Yeah.
Uncle Sam takes it.
I too get turned off for people like that. But I must say the friends that I have
are pretty good, right?
Nobody's like that.
Right.
You see the crew.
That's true. And people do judge you by your company.
Yeah.
And they always say birds of a feather flock together. So if you're in a crew that's like that, you need to reevaluate that crew.
Yes, say that again, please.
If you are in a crew that literally has a checklist of these things that we're mentioning, you need to reevaluate your crew. Because if you are not like that and you're with women who are, then there might not be the best scenario to be part of.
Nope.
Yeah.
Hi guys. Hi Leslie.
Hello.
Leslie now joining us.
Hey Leslie Ann.
So we want to touch on reason why women compete for men. All right. Women will never give up things that they badly want. One of them is being boyfriends. They get possessive, act stubborn, and try playing tricks to see to it that they get what they always wanted. Girls of today are a good strategic planners. They do not wait for time to play a role and make the guy develop feelings for them. Instead, they believe in the theory of getting whatever they want instantly.
Instant gratification.
Right? Be it their close friends or enemy, women will never want to share their man with anyone. They wouldn't even give a chance for the other woman to mingle and get close to the guy they love. Today, we'll discuss about why women compete and what do they do to allow their boyfriends and make them their forever. 1. As per great philosophers, jealousy is the other name of woman, sibling, friends, or colleagues. Two women are always in competition to prove their life is better than the other. To keep up with their ego, they try to do many things, including finding a partner of life. When the girls come to know that they are seeing the same guy, they have no circle but compete to win the guy's heart.
Right. So here you all are competing, and the woman is already, let's just say your friend is
married,
and lo and behold, this man is also messing with those same friends, and you're sitting there thinking that, yo, my man and my hubby and my this and my that, and you don't know that he's doing your friend, your cousin,
doing you dirty.
You're looking crazy out there, right? So it's really important to not be that way and to check yourself in that respect. Right?
Really. 2. Women run behind handsome, successful, and stylish men. When two ladies come to know that the guy they are dating is the best of the lot, they will surely have a hair and trousers game to win over him. They try to attract him with their dressing, talking, and romance.
Right.
This competition will go on until the guy reveals his decision.
Yes. So it's like when you go out and you both have your eye on one person.
Yeah.
Usually, if one woman already declares, "Oh, I want him," or "He's cute," you leave it alone. Give it up.
Yeah.
Why must you go now and start flaunting? And so that person, that's the same thing. It's like, and how would you feel now if you were the one who actually won the guy over, maybe because you're a little more aggressive than your friend?
That come like your situation some years ago,
exactly,
right? Yeah.
Exactly. It's like, it doesn't make sense. It's like, in your case, if your friend already mentions, "Oh, he's cute," that's enough to not even go that direction.
Yes.
You just leave and let it be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Catherine is saying, "Blessed night to my beautiful sisters." Lesbiana say, sometimes the signs is right in front of your face. We block it out. Nancy saying, "No way, I'm competing. We should hold women accountable for their action. Respect women. He's the issue." And that is correct.
That's correct.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
But I was talking about people have to be accountable, like you said. I think it's important for us to call out these women who are doing those things. But you also need to respect each other's boundaries. That's important.
And you don't want a friend like that.
Yeah, like, why are your friend?
You don't. Friends like that, you don't want. And talking about that, I just got flashback about the young lady who friends kill her in Mexico. You don't want friends like that. They were just envy and jealous of that girl.
Because she had a business, she was young, she was pretty, vibrant, successful at a young age, had her own company.
Yes.
And these nobodies
from nowhere, right?
Nicola nothing.
Some women are grimy. If they're grimy, you want to stay away from people like that.
Right. And you see those signs,
Yeah.
These things don't just pop up.
No.
They're there, but we choose to ignore them. You got to stop ignoring the signs.
That's what Leslie said too.
Stop ignoring the signs.
Catherine is saying, "What's the topic tonight, ladies? I'm late." She's saying, "What's the topic?"
Catherine, the topic is, with women, relationships, and friendships, why do women compete with other women while men tend to be more comrades or have a good camaraderie with other men?
Right.
So we're talking about things that women do to show competition. It's not healthy competition. It's unhealthy because it's conniving.
Yeah.
It's manipulative. It's condescending. It's sneaky. And they just have bad blood,
bad juju,
bad belly, bad juju, all the other things that we want to call it under the sun.
Yeah.
So we're talking about uplifting each other, or don't do anything at all, but definitely don't do the opposite. You have to continue to uplift each other and encourage each other and literally give each other girl power, because that's where we're in that age of empowerment right now.
Nancy saying, yes, Shanara broke my heart, frenemy.
Frenemy.
Yeah.
That video was so sad to watch this girl get beat down.
Yeah, Shaniqua.
And then to find out that the autopsy.
And you know what too? It was so sad
spine.
because she looked like she just came out the bathroom.
So she was already vulnerable.
Yeah.
It's so sad. And they knew that.
Yeah.
It's so
and
sad.
They had the guts to videotape.
Yeah, I'd say, fight back. Why you not hitting back?
And the girl back was the spine. Her spine was
broken.
The girl couldn't help herself. That was very sad, but yeah.
Frenemies.
You're
right.
Men, toxic woman. Yeah. The extent of competition can up and at any extent. Women even try to attract men physically and see to it that he doesn't escape from the love lock. They get clad and attract by showing off their hot bodies. Women can even compete by threatening the guy that they will end lives if they didn't choose either of them. That's stalkish, crazy behavior.
Yes,
right?
But that's a whole thing when you have a friend and you hitting on her man, or the man kind of like the woman too, and the minute the friend turn around, or you in the kitchen, whispering,
showing your eye,
googly eyes, showing your thongs, whack. So bad.
Catherine is saying it was a trans that beat her. You know that? She's saying it was a transgender. The guy, it was a trans that beat the girl?
I don't know.
Like a lady.
I look like a lady, but it's possible.
Yeah, maybe.
Which is even worse because the
strength
is
a man. Yeah, then the strength is a man. At the end of the day,
the strength is a man.
Yeah. Catherine saying, what's grimy as well? You finish with a guy and your girlfriend or your family member starts dating him. Horrible. Yeah.
That's horrible. However.
No. Now how? Let me hear. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Because this is the thing with me and fellas. However, I think it is important if you really, because you know what, one man's garbage is another man's treasure. So maybe they work for you, but be upfront. Be like, look, I know you guys dated. I know it's kind of still weird, but be honest about it and say, hey, would you mind if I date him?
I think I would mind. But no, okay.
Because when you're over, you're over.
All right, okay. We will say that it depends on the scenario, but her. She said, what's grimy as well? You finish with a guy and your girlfriend or your family member starts dating him.
I agree.
That means they wanted him all the time. In the first place.
It can't just be all of a sudden this guy is so attractive.
Yeah.
Right.
They were talking to the C guy. Alright. Okay, scenario, here we go. Out in the group, we all see a nice man. And now we are trying to see who can get that man. And now each woman trying to be with the man in secret, not telling each other.
Right.
And the man playing the ladies, and they don't know why. Because when women want a man, sometimes they go real low to get him, causing friction now in the group. Correct.
I have I'm not going to say an old friend, but an old associate. Her man was doing her. Then they had a couple of roommates in the same apartment or house doing that person. It was just crazy. And then when she started seeing texts of the person who was like her best friend for years. And it's like, oh, when you going to sleep? When she going to bed? I'm going to leave the door unopened. Like juicy stuff. And I had to be like, I don't want to get involved. I don't want to know. Even though deep down I was like, are we serious? Horrible. It was like 3-4 women in the same area that was doing this man. And then that former associate had the audacity to think I wanted her man when I asked him a question about a car. And then I heard, oh yeah, she had the guts to talk to my man instead of talking to me first. I was so offended by it. Yeah. But look, it came out. The kind of dirtiness he was.
Yeah.
I mean, thank God we're not friends, so I don't have to.
Right? Anthony is saying, both men and women drop hints and feel everyone wants them.
True. Very true, I think. That's a good point.
That's a good one. Are we going to say not my family member, Treasure? They were talking to the same guy.
Right.
Who was talking to the same guy? The girl that they killed? Shaniqua? I don't know.
Shaniqua got all the juice, man. I gotta read these articles again.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Okay, women are power hungry, so they would always want to be placed in the higher level. The two can fight even for that and may physiologically disturb the guy by forcing him to reveal his princess for life.
So
right?
Mm-hmm.
This may also make the guy take advantage. Mm-hmm. Maybe he will have a great time being with the girls and finally slip away saying he couldn't handle both. The best relationship advice we would like to give women is that allow the man to choose for what they are interested, go behind him and force him to like. All right? If your friends is seeing the same guy you like, wait and then go ahead, as her love may be just an attraction or for the sake of competition.
That's interesting.
Genuine love always have a win, so wait for the right time and express your love to the guy.
Man!
And that was
a whole
reason why women compete for a man. You know?
And that's true. I like that last one where the other person might just be doing it for competition. It's almost like when you're single, nobody don't want you. No. Soon as you get somebody, everybody come out the woodwork. It's like, ooh, you're desirable now. Like,
yes, exactly.
It's weird.
Yeah.
When I was single, nobody hitting me up.
It's true. It always happened like that. That's the devil.
I think that's that competition thing that no one wants to recognize, but it's true.
Yeah. Catherine is saying, if I have to go competition with a friend to talk or get a man, them are just as toxic. We all need to respect each other's boundaries. Anthony saying yes. Nancy saying that's insecurity that creates by cheating on both sides.
Yes, I agree.
You know, but yeah, you know, I mean, I don't know. This was a nice.
I think it was good because
yeah, this was a requested
this was requested from my my cousin Nene.
Yeah,
she actually had brought it up last week, but then when we had the guest artists, we decided to try. You know, I think, and you guys are all definitely, we love your opinions, and if you have some topics that you want us to discuss, feel free to reach out to Phyllis or myself. Yeah. We have my boy Quan here, who's our little producer. Yeah. He comes up with these good topics for us, so that's always fun. But I really think that this is good because sometimes we don't recognize that's what's going on. Yeah. But I think it's good to bring it out in the open because then it makes us more accountable for our actions. So
and then again, women as friends, it should not become, you know, it shouldn't be a competition. Right. Darlene is saying, sorry, it's not that serious. I am not competing for no man. It don't worth it, and it's right because at the end, at the day, the man he's not staying.
No,
he's not going to stay. He just
it's more fun playing the two
investment in stocks. Nancy saying Caribbean people are not aware. Less than saying 2022 now, women are naked, making their bodies very sexy. Men are getting everything right in the face. No imagination. It's true.
Yeah, it's true.
So men are getting very sexual quickly. Maybe men need to start getting their bodies done too.
But you remember, like even when we went to the melee, and everybody looked like they went to Dr. Miami. I'm like, where the normal bodies go? Yeah, everybody's like picture perfect. You know, so
because everybody had to be for the ground.
Right.
Everybody has to be for Instagram.
So you start appreciating the natural. Yeah. Like you and I. You know?
Exactly. Yeah, we natural.
All born and bred, foo-foo. You know, kalalu.
And I'm more natural because I don't do no, all I do is a little, on my eye, my hair natural. I ain't putting on no eyelashes. I put on a little lipstick tonight for my people. But that's it. I mean, I love me. Yes. I'm comfortable in my skin.
And I think that's really important. The upbringing, like you said, it started
foundation,
from home. Right, those foundations. Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
You know, And if you grow up in a home with insecurities, that is what your whole life is going to be like. And you will always feel like you have to compete with others. But when you know, and you know yourself, you don't compete.
You don't need to.
You know, thank God for small mercies.
Yes, absolutely. You know, absolutely. This was actually really good, ladies.
Yeah, and last night I had the pleasure too. You remember the socialite girl who they killed in Jamaica? I watched the funeral yesterday. I went by my sister, and she, my mother always have a saying: "You live by the sword and you die by it." Yes. She was very glamorous. Wow. And you know, it was just sad to know someone took her life so young. You know, and at the ending, the mother said like one of her friends set up to get her death now. Wow. And you know, she was saying, revealed to me, because like she was getting so much hate from friends. Wow. People who she think she was her friend wasn't her friend. Right. And it all boils down again with the younger generation, I would say, not the older ones like us much. There's a lot of competition.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like that idea.
You know, it's like you have to keep up with the Joneses. You gotta do the body. You gotta do your breasts. You gotta do your you know. And then you have to have the hair. You have to have the makeup. You have to go and do the nails. It's so much, and you know, these girls just competing with one another. So it's an envy and a jealousy. So now they're hating you that they will kill you.
Yeah, they setting them up because they feel that person is the threat, and if that person is no longer there, then they're not the threat. And it's taking it to that extent of physically murdering or being an accessory to a murder. That is, the world is so changed. Messed up. It's so messed up.
Foundation.
Yeah, it's key.
Foundation.
It goes back to foundation. Yes. Really, really important.
Lesbian is saying, if you fake it, just a matter of time, the man will start looking elsewhere. We got to take off makeup, wigs, false bottom, etc. They will always look elsewhere. I'm going to read that again. If you fake, it's just a matter of time. The man will start looking elsewhere. We got to take off the makeup, the wigs, the false bottom, etc. They will always look elsewhere.
Right. So you be like this, bloop bloop.
Yes.
Bloop bloop.
And Nancy saying, share your insights and knowledge. That should be our legacy.
Absolutely.
I think
it's
so
really
too.
Important. Yes.
You know, and share information and stop be competing.
Yeah, I don't think be accountable for your things and be humble, man. I mean, God gave us this life. He gave us all these gifts and these talents. Stop hating. You know, be resourceful with the God-given talents that God gave you. I mean, every one of us is put on this earth to do something with it. Okay, yeah. Not to waste it away and talk about others behind their back.
Colleen is saying those BBLs are a bit ridiculous now. It's true. Because they want to be other things that they, again, foundation. If you have foundation and you have Christ in you, you don't be lost. Half of these girls have lost souls.
Correct, right.
And I want to say that a friend of mine, Anthony, sent me this speech from Tyler Perry. And this speech, guys, it was very interesting in the sense that he thanked his mother. He thanked the woman, in fact. You know, because he said during his life, you know, with all the plays and everything, he wasn't getting a chance in Black Hollywood, and he was just trying to tell people, when you come together, you have an army,
right?
And as Black people, we can do and be a legacy,
right?
And he said that, you know, people wanted to lend him money and stuff, but he went in with his own money because he wanted to do his own thing. Right. You understand? Right. And that's why I would say today, again, you know, it is a good story. Look it up with Tyler Perry. And again, competition, we shouldn't compete. We should try to uplift one another. And that is our message for you guys.
That's our message for you guys. I think this topic is definitely one that we should take with us. Be mindful of it. If you have never experienced this problem, then awesome. Right. If it's something you're going through, maybe it's time to renew your mind. renew your friendships,
Yes.
right? Renew the company that you're with, because there's no reason for you to be part of
and not that, pass it down to generation, because it's the younger generation now are being peer pressure.
Correct, right? Committing suicide. There's so many.
It's so many things.
Young, 8-year-olds, 10-year-olds, 13-year-olds. It's just like,
yeah. I mean, it's true. Time is changing, Lesbian is saying, and we are just getting worse, and we are forgetting how rough our journey was to get here.
Right.
It's true.
Yeah, we lose
Lord,
sight of it.
and respect is no longer correct.
Right.
Catherine is saying no one cares, no more people are only lovers of themselves. We as the older heads also have to teach your young generation the right thing, both males and females. We are not raising strong black men, but we always looking for them. And it's true.
Oh, that is such a great point. Right.
Yeah.
Because again, that stuff, charity begins at home. If we're not raising strong black children, how are they going to be strong black adults?
Yes.
So it has to start from home.
Yeah.
You know, start showing, you know, your sons how to be chivalrous. You know, open the door, make sure anybody, like all the women have to be in the car first before they must sit. I'm teaching my son that now. Like, he's 11, but I'm already trying to show him, you know, taking out the garbage. And it's not saying that that's a man's job or a woman's job. It's just showing kindness in a sense. You know, you see an older woman or older person, you open the door. You offer your seat. Things of that sort. You know, making sure your young siblings or your sisters are good before you are good.
Yes.
So things like that, I think that are really important. The same thing with women, teaching them that not just, I don't like to, like my daughter, I don't like to call her beautiful first. I always say that you're intelligent, you're smart, you're kind, you're charming, you're
choice
witty.
words.
And then I said, you know, and you're beautiful and blah, 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 because I don't want her to start thinking that beauty is the only thing that defines her, you know. Start to think about her other qualities. And you're beautiful. I mean, that is like, woo, you know, so teaching them early these things, and the same with your sons or
because 10 to 1 the beautiful girls have nothing in their head,
right?
Just
and sometimes have low self-esteem as well. Then all they have is to back them is their beauty. So
Catherine saying, oh, I don't play with my twin boys, I teach them everything, and it's truth.
Thank you,
Catherine. And I tell a friend of mine too the other day, we can't wait till these children big to talk to them. We gotta talk to them now, because in school they're learning so many
you have
things.
The stuff in them right
you know
now,
and again I always say, if you don't want to smoke, if you don't want your children to smoke, don't smoke in front of them. If you don't want them to curse, don't curse in front of them. If you don't want them to fight and have abusive relationships, don't do it. And a matter of fact, I want to bring up this point. I was looking at Ashanti on the red tabletop with her sister. She was with this guy since high school. And he was beating her. He coughed out her teeth. She had to fix her mouth, reconstructive surgery. Abused for 13 to 15 years. She stayed with that guy.
Wow.
Okay?
And her sister's a millionaire.
But what the mother was saying, that they didn't want to get involved to tell her to leave him because it would have been a rebellion, because she would not have. But when the last straw is when he knocked her teeth out. And they show you, go and look at it, red tabletop, Ashanti interview with Jada mom and the sister Willow. And Ashanti said she was helpless. She couldn't do.
So this is Ashanti, not her sister.
Ashanti's sister.
Oh, the sister. Okay,
her younger sister.
Yeah, I remember her.
But I'm just saying abuse.
Right.
You know, when and again, the black community don't talk about things like that.
We had
stars, people who in prominent places don't speak about things like that.
Right.
But you know, that was
just
something
that needs to be addressed. Absolutely. We can't keep sweeping things under the rug.
No, and Lesbian is saying the media has taken charge now. We don't get the upbringing anymore from our parents. We get from social media. A lot of parents now give their kids an iPad or a game to keep them quiet. No more one-on-one time. What we would expect, and that is true.
It is 100% true. I'm guilty of it. However, like when I left the house, I specifically was like, no phone. Everybody, they're like, but it's only 8 o'clock. Yeah, it's almost bedtime. But we don't go to bed till 9, so read a book. You know, so they called me right before I came here. Again, you sure? Yep, I'm sure. When I come home, if you're still up, I'll read the book to you. We'll have a
Right.
discussion, because it's easy, especially with me with 5 kids. I'm just like, go get on the iPad, just be quiet, don't bother me, right?
Right.
But you're doing a disservice to the kids, because it's easy for you not to deal with them. But what are you actually teaching them?
Yeah.
You're not teaching them morals. You're not teaching them accountability. You're not teaching them self-respect.
Not even good morning. Like when you come in the office, we have some new one come in. I had to tell one the other day, I say, when you come in a place, your mother never teach you manners.
Right.
Morning, good afternoon, hi, hello, nothing. You stand up and you're watching people. I ain't not standing up and watching you. I telling you about yourself.
No.
And now,
Good
hi,
morning.
Miss Green, hi. You
Right.
understand?
Right.
No, because,
Absolutely.
and it irks me because
Right.
I didn't grow like that.
Correct.
When I come, get in the morning, good morning, everybody.
Right.
Good morning, people of the world.
Right.
You understand
Right.
what I'm
Hello,
saying?
God's people. You
Yeah,
get in the elevator,
come on.
people. But
People.
it's also our society, right? Because, especially in New York, because in the South, there's a lot. Everyone is saying hi to you.
Yes.
New Yorkers, we avoid eye contact on purpose because it's like
because of the times we live
the
in.
times you're living in. So it sometimes is a culture shock, but I think it's still respect. You still have to.
I
say
think,
something.
oh yeah, at least when you walk in a room, it's still nice to say hello or something. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's not. It shouldn't be that bad. You know. Leslie is saying, okay. One of my boys asked me if he can learn how to speak French. I said okay. Then he said, think about all the girls I can pick up with my French accent. Lord, this is Catherine.
That's funny.
Too funny. Yeah, so just keep it positive, guys. Keep it uplifting. And, you know, let us uplift women, our sister friends.
Yes, absolutely.
For 2023, you know, and not bring them down.
Yes, absolutely. It's really important. And we really, really thank you guys for partaking in this because, as I said, we all go through this, but maybe we don't like to talk about it. We don't want to embarrass our friends. We don't want to embarrass ourselves because sometimes having to tell a grown person something, it's like, you know, you're like, you're too grown for it. But it is something that we all go through. And,
so we just need to check ourselves.
Just check ourselves. That's it. You know?
Yes.
Sister power, girl power, women rule.
Yes.
You know, don't let these men beat us in this. There could be some healthy competition too.
Yeah.
You know, they bigging up and they pounding their boys. We gotta pound the girls as well.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
We gotta just do the right thing.
Do the right thing, man.
You
Do
know?
the right thing.
In closing,
Yes.
Anthony saying that's the norm in Florida. Good morning.
Thank you.
Yes,
Anthony.
yes. Some people, you know, just don't have it. They just don't have no common. The young people, that is it.
Right.
I'm
You're
noticing it in
that.
young people.
Right.
But yeah, guys. Okay, so guys, keep us uplifted. I just have a few announcements. We have Keisha is having a pop-up shop December the 10th. 22803 Merrick Boulevard. It's from 1 to 6 p.m. Pop up, level up, go out and support. If you want a Christmas treat, Florida area, check out Ingrid. It's on my Facebook page. You can contact her. If you're in the LA area, you can call Auntie Carol, and she has some good prices here for rum punch, ginger beer, sorrel, sweetbread, homemade pepper sauce, chow chow, and a lot of stuff. Trinidad, we have Arlene. She has pastel, chicken, beef, smoked herring, veggies. Her number is there. And we have Vixen Holiday Treats. She has all the Trini black cakes, the pastel, puncha creme, and everything. It's on my Facebook page. I post it up. My friend Dixian, she is in Houston area. She has to send me her flyer. But yeah, if you want your treats, Christmas treat, guys, you know, check my Facebook page. I put all there for you all. All right.
Thank you.
Again, follow us on Facebook, Phyllis Worrell. Also, you can check me every Saturday on the People's Chat Room with Lima. I'm there for 15 minutes. And what I do is condense what I speak on Motivational Monday. I have a 15-minute slot there. And
you can check me out, Phillia, on Treading Faith. We have our Instagram and our YouTube live every other Wednesday. And also on Suma Leon Inc. I will be doing a lot of motivational speaking and words of the day, quotes of the day, and lives. So stay tuned for that. That will start happening next week.
Very good.
Thank you.
And Melissa Fisher, good night. Thank you very much for tuning in. Guys, God bless. Have a safe, wonderful, and beautiful week.
Yes.
And I will be in Barbados, coming to you live next week, Monday, God's willing.
Yes, and
you
see,
know?
I'm not hating. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so wonderful. This is how we uplift each other.
Exactly.
Maybe next time I will be blessed to go together, right?
Yes.
So that's awesome.
All right,
guys, we love you. Remember,
Peace out.
one, teach one. And God
spread
bless.
the love.
Spread the love. Like us. Subscribe.
Yes.
Comment. Share with your family, friends, and loved ones. Thank you.
All right. See you guys.